Over on Netflix, we have another new comedy series called The Hawk. And here's a clip.
Lonnie Hawkins is 3 feet from making his mark on golf history. You've got to be kidding me.
You were a big shot golfer.
I still am a big shot golfer. I just need to get my groove back.
Dad, the guys are saying that I'm the Hawk now.
Golf is easy.
I think that you're afraid that our son is going to eclipse the great Lonnie Hawkins.
This one's a 10-parter, and it stars, and I think was created by, American comedy legend Will Ferrell. And it's all about a kind of slightly washed up pro golfer who, in his day, well, his nickname is the Hawk. His full name is Lonnie Hawkins. And back in the day, he won 3 golfing majors, which is, pretty incredible. And but he narrowly missed out on also winning the 4th and last major, and thereby completing what's known as the Grand Slam, the career Grand Slam. But he still hankers after that, one last shot at glory. And meanwhile, his son Lance, who's played by Jimmy Tatro, is kind of the new superstar of the game, and people are starting to call him the Hawk, which Dad doesn't like. And Dad lives in this big tour bus, and just his life is a mess. His life's a mess. His finances are a mess. He hasn't really got a very good relationship with his son. He's kind of jealous of his son. He's maxing out his ex-wife's credit card. I really like Will Ferrell. I think he's hilarious. And yeah, this is the thing. I like sporting comedies. I like golf. You think this would be the kind of thing that would appeal to me. So we've had things like Happy Gilmore. We've had 2 Happy Gilmore films, haven't we? We had that series, The Stick, with Owen Wilson as a kind of washed up golf pro. So I kind of thought, this ticks all the boxes. I'm going to love this. However, having said that, Luke Wilson actually appears in this as a sort of old rival of the Hawk. I thought this would be right up my street or fairway. It's enjoyable enough, and Will Ferrell is good value, whatever he does. He's great to watch, but I kind of felt tonally it was a bit odd. Perhaps it's because I think Ferrell's at his best when he's playing characters who are just idiotic, like in Talladega Nights when he plays the NASCAR driver. In this, it's a very unsympathetic character, the Hawk, and also, as well as doing really kind of quite broad comedy, very broad comedy, then there's also the kind of, I think you're supposed to kind of care about these relationships, difficult relationships he has with his son and his ex. So, to be honest, I think they could have wrapped it all up in a relatively short feature film. I think that would have been a better move, because I'm definitely not going to sit through 10 episodes of this. But yeah, I was entertained by episode 1, and yeah, as I say, I just love Will Ferrell. He's terrific, but I kind of was a bit disappointed as well. What did you think of this, Hannah?
I think the reason you didn't like it, you kind of hit the nail on the head, but it's the fact that Will Ferrell usually plays these very lovable, very, very hilarious characters that just sort of, there's nothing not to like about them, really, is there? But really, this guy is a complete narcissist. There is nothing really nice about him at all. Even seeing one of his rivals as his own son, and he absolutely hates it. He's just kind of completely competitive on another level. And that just, I think, because we know Will Ferrell in so many things previously, to see him like this, I think it just sits a bit oddly, but really because of him. And I kind of wonder whether he was the wrong person to do this in some ways, and whether actually, if it wasn't him, whether we'd enjoy it more. Because I do think Will, you just don't expect this of him. So I would agree with you. I don't think it needs to be this long. It feels quite drawn out. And it's just, he's just a really unpleasant human, really, isn't he? That's not particularly caring, and makes you see Will Ferrell not in a different light, because clearly he's playing a character, but it's not his safe ground. It's not his usual territory, and I think that's why, if I'm honest with you, it sits a bit strangely.